Hey everybody, welcome to the last video for the stylized texturing tutorial. So I thought it'd be a good idea to go ahead and set up a really simple scene. This is actually just the simple default scene that you get when you open up Unreal. Because I just really wanted to showcase, there's nothing fancy about this process, opening up a scene and, throwing in the asset that we worked on. So just to show you, the material right here is just the default material that you can get, and we have the base textures, the diffuse, normal map, roughness, and ambient occlusion. And as you can see, I just actually imported all the maps. I'm just using like the standard PBR workflow. So yeah, as you can see, I just threw in a scale reference, the little default Android mannequin that's in here just for a little bit of scale. I was just scaling these and just kind of playing with them for a bit and seeing how well they work together. And these actually work really well together because they have a lot of nice stepping. And one thing I noticed after duplicating a lot of them, one thing that I really like is just how simple the forms are and how simple they read. Because when I sculpt stylized rocks and I texture them, I really want the sculpt to shine, and I want the textures to just emphasize what I've done. Right now you can see like all of the rocks are just very simple and they're very clear. You can obviously tell that they're rocks, and there's not a whole lot of repetition going on with them. And another thing that I want to talk about is the idea of having your colors for assets, or mainly just rocks really, being more of a neutral color. That's not a hard and fast rule. That's just my opinion on the stylized stuff, because for me, what I really enjoy doing is, it's called painting with lights. And that's a term that I picked up when I was at Airship Syndicate working on Darksiders. And that's because what we did a lot was just use a lot of lights to really highlight the scene and shape the scene, shape the levels. And so I can show you a couple examples of that. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate some more of these rocks and just kind of turn them around, make them a little bit bigger. So a good example of painting with lights, I think we could do like a nighttime scene. So we could have like a moonlight come in, and we'll do like a little campfire. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. And I should mention too, I just have like the basics in the scene, just a couple of lights and like a skylight to help reflect some light in here. So let's go ahead and turn this into a night scene really quick. So in order to do that, let's go ahead and take our skylight and let's go ahead and let's turn this pretty blue here. And I've got to say, I love using Lumen. It is quite wonderful. Let's go ahead and take our so-called sunlight, and I'm gonna go ahead and spin it around just a little bit, and let's go ahead and change the color of this. Let's make this like a bluish color too. Now again, with stylized stuff, or at least the stuff that I like that's stylized, the colors just really pop, and they're really fun to play with. So I think something like this works pretty well. Maybe we can turn this light down a bit, make it a little bit darker. So right now everything is still reading. If this was a level and you had to run around it, you could still, you can read this pretty well. But let's say maybe this mannequin has like a little campfire. I won't actually make a fire, but I'll just put a point light in here. So we can just go up to the top here and go up to lights, and we'll just drag a point light in here. And let's go ahead and let's take the radius down just a bit. And let's make sure that our units are not candelas. Let's make sure that they are set to lumens. And let's go ahead and one thing I like to do, I like to use the actual color of this. And I'll also use the temperature as well, because I think they can, in combination, they work pretty well together. They give a nice depth of color. So let's make this sort of like a reddish orange campfire-y color here, something maybe like this. And let's go ahead and turn the temperature on, and let's go ahead and turn it down a bit. And we can turn our intensity down just a bit. Something like this, and we can turn our volumetric off. That seems to work. Maybe we can do a little bit more of an orange color, something kind of like this. So you can see right now that the scene just starts to get, it feels stylized, and it feels that way because I'm pushing the colors to their extreme temperature. And when you get those two extremes, you don't really see this a lot in real life. You see things that are probably a little bit more toned down. So yeah, this is what we refer to as painting with lights. You can just kind of, put some lights around here, probably not like too many, And if you wanted to sort of emphasize more of like the moonlight and, you know, get some more color in the scene, you can always come in here and you can make this color, you know, a little bit more. Maybe we can make it like sort of like a purplish color, maybe something like that. You could put this up here, and maybe we'll turn the intensity down just a bit. I realize that this tutorial is covering textures, but I do want to emphasize, you know, the whole reason behind this is to show, you know, why it's important to keep colors a little bit more on the neutral side. So we can make this maybe like a purple. Let's go ahead and extend the radius up a bit. So yeah, you can see just without that light, you know, it just kind of adds just a little bit more color to the scene. And I should actually take all of these and set these to movable. Movable is just so that way they can be a dynamic light. Yeah, so you can get some really, really fun results with this. And it's really easy to help, you know, guide the player around, you know, using lights, because in a scene where everything is cooler, you're definitely going to be attracted more to the warm orangish light. And this is just, you know, it's a useful trick to know. I think that about, you know, wraps it up. I really enjoyed doing this tutorial for you all. If you learned something, this is basically my process. Every time I work on stylized work, I like to keep things very simple and, you know, just really making all the forms complement each other, making the textures complement the sculpt, and vice versa. Once again, I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you can take something away from this tutorial, and I look forward to making many, many more tutorials for you all in the future. So I will see you all next time.